Hi, my name is Alex Bogart, and this is a 30-minute gentle yoga class. I don't have any props with me for today, so let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and get started in a comfortable cross-legged position here, and sit up nice and tall, closing the eyes, rolling the shoulders back and down. Reach the crown of the head high towards the ceiling. Checking in with the breath here, breathing in deeply through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out. Do this one more time. Inhale deeply. And sigh it out. Now inhale again. Exhale, sigh out all the stress and everything that does not serve you. And as you breathe in deeply, this time breathe in a positive affirmation. Maybe you breathe in, I am loved, I am kind, I am strong, and breathe out, let go of everything that doesn't serve you. Continue to breathe in goodness, happiness, joy, compassion, kindness, and continue to exhale and let go. Checking in with your thoughts, bringing it back to the breath. This practice today, we're going to move and flow with the breath. And anytime you need to pause, come to child's pose and just breathe. On your next inhale, flutter the eyes open and reach your hands up high towards the ceiling, shoulders down. Exhale, cactus the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together. 2 more times. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, cactus, gaze high. 1 more time. Inhale, reach. And exhale, twist to your right and bring your left hand onto that right knee. Your right hand plants behind you onto the floor. And each inhale, try to reach the crown of the head up higher towards the ceiling, twisting a little bit deeper into the rib cage on your exhales. Showing some kindness to the spine here. Inhale, breathe, and reach the crown of the head up high. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Now from here, you're going to keep that left hand onto the right knee. Take your right arm, cross it over the left, and bring the right hand onto the left knee here. So crisscross arms. Sit up tall. We're going to come into a cat-cow variation. So on your next exhale, round the back, push the elbows forward, bring the chin to the chest. And inhale, cow, push the chest forward, gaze high. Exhale to cat, round the back, chin to chest. Inhale to cow. We're going to do this one more time. Exhale, cat. Spread the shoulder blades wide. And on your inhale, cow. Put the chest forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now, come back to a neutral spine. Keep your right hand onto the left knee. Twist to the left. Spinal twist. Inhale. Crown of the head reaches high. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, sit tall. And exhale, bring out the spine. We're going to do the cross arms one more time. So from here, take the left arm, bring it over the right, crisscross arms, cat and cow variation. We're going to do this one more time. Inhale, puff the chest forward, gaze high. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest, push the elbows forward. 2 more times. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. 1 more. Inhale, cow. Exhale to cat. Coming back to this neutral spine, straightening out your legs in front of you as you come into a seated forward fold called Paschimottanasana. From here, keep your feet flexed. Reach the crown of the head high towards the ceiling and bring your hands down by your side. Draw that belly button in towards the spine. And on your next exhale, begin to walk the hands forward, folding over the legs. Continuing to walk the hands forward, feeling the stretch in the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back. When you find your edge, allow your chin to come down towards the chest, keeping your feet flexed here to stretch the hamstrings, close the eyes, and just breathe. Breathing in joy and happiness. Exhaling everything that does not serve you. Two more rounds of breath. And one more. From here, slowly walking the hands back towards you. We're going to come into a deer pose here. So bend your knees. Your right leg is going to be parallel to the top of the mat, keeping that right foot flexed. And your left leg, knee is bent. The knee is going to be in a straight line with the hip, and the leg is going to be parallel to the long side of the mat. Now, once you get your legs in position, sitting up nice and tall and trying to relax that left hip to try to melt the glute down towards the floor. Now, maybe you stay here with both feet flexed. Option to begin to hinge forward over that right leg, straightening your hands, arms out in front of you, fingers spread wide, and relaxing your chin to your chest. Depending on the flexibility here within the hips, maybe you begin to walk the hands to the left, hinging between the right foot and left knee. Maybe you can walk them even further. Find your edge, then close the eyes and relax here and breathe. Yoga is all about finding your center, connecting with your breath. So some of these poses we will be holding a little longer, and take this time here to, as you're in the pose, to just close your eyes, breathing in deeply, exhaling slowly, and try to relax the body a little bit more with the use of your breath. So each exhale, try to relax the shoulders, the face, the feet. Three more rounds of breath. Two more. And one more. Coming back to your center, slowly walking the hands back towards you, sitting tall, bringing your feet as wide as the mat, and begin to windshield wiper the knees side to side, going slow here. Pressing the knees down as close to the floor as you can, just loosening up your hips and inner thighs. And we're going to come into the deer pose on the other side. So I'm going to turn to face the opposite way. The left leg is going to be parallel to the top of the mat. Right leg parallel to the long side. Notice the knee. Try to get it in line with that right hip. And keep both of your feet flexed to protect your knees. Sit up tall. Before you fold forward, noticing the right hip. Try to relax the hip and melt the right glute down towards the floor. Now, maybe you stay here like this. Option to hinge over this left leg. Extending the arms forward, fingers spread wide, and relax the chin down towards the chest. You'll notice here that I will be staying folded over the left leg, whereas on my right side, I walked my hands and got a little deeper into that spinal twist. Each side's different. I can't go as far with my left hip as I can my right. So honor your body. Do what feels good. So maybe you do walk the hands to the right, folding in between the left foot and right knee. Many times in yoga, people find themselves getting injured because they try to match what they did on the right side with the left side, even though the left side of the body may tell you, please don't go there. So just listen to this side of the body. And don't worry about what you did on the other side. Listen to this side. What does this side of the body want? What does it need? We need to start asking ourselves that more often. A lot of times we listen to what others say we need or what society says we need, magazines, social media. What does your body say that it needs? So close the eyes and breathe here. Three more rounds of breath. Two more. And one more. Slowly walking the hands back up here. And bring your feet as wide as the mat one more time and windshield wiper the knees side to side. We're going to make our way into a tabletop position from here. So come into your tabletop and make sure your wrists are directly under the shoulders and your knees are directly under the hips. The tops of the feet are on the mat, so toes are not tucked here. We're going to flow with some traditional cat and cow movement. So on your next inhale, dip the hips down towards the floor, gazing high, squeeze the shoulder blades together for cow pose. And hold this cow pose for a few rounds of breath, continuing to breathe. Squeeze the shoulder blades wide. Trying to lift the sits bones a little bit higher towards the ceiling to feel that stretch in the lower back. Now on your next exhale, begin to round the back like an angry cat, tucking the tailbone in, chin to chest, and draw that belly button in towards the spine. Noticing the shoulder blades as you breathe here, spread them nice and wide. And on your next inhale, drop the belly to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale, cow. One more. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Finding this neutral spine here. We're going to come into thread the needle. Inhale, reach the right hand high. And exhale, thread the needle. Drop the right shoulder down to the floor. Right cheek follows. And just breathe. Maybe you take your left hand and reach it up to the top of the mat, TPing your fingers. Or maybe you reach that left hand behind you towards the right hip, rolling the left shoulder back. Do what feels good here. Very slowly come back up, tabletop, as you do the same thing other side. Inhale, reach the left hand high, and exhale, threading the needle. Dropping the left shoulder down, followed by the left cheek. Option to reach the right hand forward to the top of the mat, TPing the fingers, or maybe you reach the hand behind you towards the left hip, rolling the shoulder back. Breathe. See with each exhale, can you relax the shoulders a little bit more? Can you relax the chest a little bit more? Can you allow the body to dump weight into the left shoulder just a little bit more with each breath? Let go. Slowly press the right hand back up into a tabletop position, coming into a child's pose. Bring your knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch. Sink the hips back towards the heels as you walk the hands forward. Nice straight arms, and melt your forehead down towards the floor. If your forehead does not want to touch the floor, you can put a blanket under the forehead. Child's pose is such a great pose to help yourself ground down into this present moment. One thing I like to do with my forehead on the mat or a blanket is just to imagine that I am sending my breath to the space between my eyebrows. So in yoga, we call this your third eye. So just breathing in deeply and sending the breath there. And exhaling, letting go of everything that does not serve you. Bringing your hands into prayer hands. We're going to bend the elbows. The thumbs come to touch the back of the neck, stretching your triceps. Still melting the hips down towards the floor. And very slowly pushing back up into a tabletop position. Into sit. Straighten out your right leg in front of you and bring that left foot to the right inner thigh. Your right foot is flexed. We're going to come into Janu Sirsasana, head to knee pose, sitting up tall. Inhale, reach the hands high, and exhale, hinge forward. Bringing your hands down to the ankle, the foot, whatever is accessible. Make sure your shoulders are even as you hinge over the right leg, and then bring your chin to your chest. Each exhale, trying to melt the chest down a little closer towards the top of the right leg. Slowly walking the hands back towards you, bringing the legs to this letter V, Upavista Konasana, wide-legged seated fold. Sit up tall, feet are flexed. keep your feet pointing up towards the ceiling as we hinge forward. So with a nice straight spine, fingertips to the floor, begin to walk the hands forward as you hinge. Try not to round the upper back just yet. Find your edge. You're going to feel the stretch in your inner thighs, and then allow your chin to fall to the chest, keeping the feet pointed high to the ceiling. Close your eyes. Breathing in deeply. Exhale, try to relax a little bit more into this pose. 3 more rounds of breath. 2 more. And 1 more. Keep your hinge. Begin to walk your hands to that right leg. Maybe the hands frame the right leg as you fold. Keep the right foot flexed. Feeling the stretch now more into the hamstring and into the outer right thigh. Your shoulders stay even. And bring your chin to your chest. Breathing here for 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more. Still keeping the hinge, coming to the other side. Begin to walk the hands to the left leg this time. Left foot stays flexed. Maybe the hands frame the leg as you hinge over the left leg. Keep the shoulders even and then slowly bring the chin towards the chest. Two more rounds of breath. One more. Slowly walking the hands back to center. And then this time, coming into Janu Sirsasana, other side. Bring the right foot to the left inner thigh. Left leg is straight out in front of you. Sit up tall here. Keep your left foot flexed. Fingertips to the floor. Begin to walk the hands towards that left foot. Try not to round the spine just yet. We're just hinging at the hips. When you find your edge in the fold, then allow your chin to chest. Hands come onto the leg, ankle, foot. Close the eyes and breathe. As you stretch this left hamstring and just see with each exhale, can you allow your torso to fall just a hair closer towards that left leg? Two more rounds of breath. And one more. Slowly walking your hands back towards you. And I'm going to come down onto the back. So bringing your arms down by your side once you are on your back, and bend into the knees as we set up for a bridge pose. Walk the feet close towards the glutes. And from here, on your next inhale, press your heels into the floor, lift your hips up. Feeling the stretch here in the lower back. Noticing the knees, making sure they stay hip distance apart. Oftentimes they like to try to fall out to the sides. Keep them together. Forearms press down into the floor. See if you can lift a little bit higher. And slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. Doing a good morning stretch. Straighten out the legs. Reaching the arms up and over. Feeling the stretch here in the shoulder blades. Maybe you point the toes and arch the back. And then draw that right knee in towards the chest. Hug it in. And maybe you begin to point and flex the right foot. Ankle circles one way. Ankle circles the other. Option to come into a half happy baby, taking the right arm behind the right leg, sole of the foot can look up to the ceiling, or maybe you grab the outside of the foot or big toe, just pulling that knee in a little closer to the armpit, feeling the stretch here in the right inner thigh and in the hip. And then release, slowly lower that right leg down to meet the left. Pausing here and reconnecting with your breath. Melting the lower back into the floor, relaxing your shoulders. As you come into the other side on your inhale, drawing that left knee in towards the chest. Maybe you point and flex the left foot. Ankle circles one way and the other. Give that knee a little squeeze here. And maybe you come into the half happy baby on the other side. Left arm can be around the back of the left leg, foot flexed. Option to grab the outside of the foot or the big toe. I like to plant down the opposite foot onto the floor here and just breathe. If you prefer, maybe you come into a full happy baby. Happy baby can be done many ways. You can enjoy it in stillness or rock side to side. I like to rock. I like to straighten one leg and then straighten the other leg and then straighten both legs. So just play around with this for a few moments and don't forget to breathe no matter what variation of happy baby you are doing. This class is all about just doing what feels good for your body and doing what feels right for you. And so what feels right for me might not feel right for you. That's why you always have options. And that's why I always encourage my students to choose the option that's right for them. And what's right for you today might not be right for you tomorrow. And just being willing to say that. Some days there's some poses that feel so good for me, and there are other days where my body is just like, that's not happening. Absolutely not. And just being willing to say no. Pausing where you are and straightening out your legs here onto the mat for just a moment, allowing those hips to relax before we settle into a spinal twist before Shavasana. So as we come into the spinal twist on your inhale, draw the knees in towards the chest. Goalpost the arms and then drop the knees down towards the left. You could send your gaze over towards that right hand. Left hand can come on the right knee. Just try to relax the shoulders here. Three more rounds of breath. Two more. And one more. Releasing the left hand from the knee, coming back onto the spine. So we do the same thing other side, drawing the knees in towards the chest and allow the knees to fall to the right. Keeping your shoulders melted down to the earth. Your right hand can come on top of the left knee. Maybe you send your gaze over to the left hand. Three more rounds of breath. Two more. And one more. As we come into the back here for your final pose of Shavasana, you desire any other poses before you settle into Shavasana, do so. When I teach in a studio, I always want to allow about 3 or 4 minutes for the students to practice whatever pose it is that just feels so good for the body. So if it's pigeon or legs up the wall or supine butterfly, whatever it is that you need to feel good, maybe you do so, or maybe you transition into your final pose of Shavasana. Shavasana, getting as comfortable as you can. You can wrap up in a blanket, put a pillow under your knees. But just with your eyes closed, deepening the breath and allowing your awareness to stay on your breath. The mind likes to wander. It likes to drift. But just noticing when it does and gently, without judgment, guide it back to the breath. This is your time to breathe in love and compassion and kindness towards your body, and let go, to shed off all of the junk that doesn't serve you any longer. So just breathe in and let go. May you find peace in body, mind, and spirit. Shavasana. Beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes, nodding your head, bringing movement to the body. Slowly make your way into a seated position on your mat, being kind and gentle, taking your time, sitting tall. The light and love in me honors the light and love in you. Please remember to stop, to breathe in kindness, compassion, and love, and let go of everything that doesn't serve you during your day to day. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this gentle yoga practice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, and share with your friends. Peace, my friends. I look forward to moving with you again on your mat very soon. Bye.